Hello, you beautiful people. How are you? Welcome to Friday. Today I'm talking about a wobble, like the wee willy wobble, and I'm also talking about aliens. So, I'll see you on the other side. So the other day I had a wobble. What I mean by a wobble is that I find myself on a very nice level of energy. I'm very positive. I'm a positive person, and I normally expect myself to feel positive. And the other day I didn't. The other day I felt worried. The other day I felt a little bit down, a little bit sort of, I'm not happy. So. And it only ever comes by something that I've seen, something that has come to me. And it kind of knocks the stuffing out of me for a bit. And then I have to realise what happened. I have to analyse, what did I see that made me feel that way? And once I understand that, then I can start to, talk to myself and understand what went on. So I asked the emissaries about that, and I said, why do I have a wobble when I've got so much, I know that everything good is happening? Why do I have these wobbles? And they said, well, it's very good for you to have the occasional wobble. Okay? And they said the reason for that is because it's good to be up. It's good to be up. But you have to be able to see how easily you can go down if you allow yourself to be influenced by stuff that's going around. So it's good for you to realize that you're not invincible and that you really do have to protect yourself from these things, because they can do you damage no matter how positive you are, no matter how high your energy is. These things can do you damage. Okay? And they said the only reason you had a down was because you misunderstood the signals. You misunderstood the signals. And I was saying, well, what do you mean by that? And they said, well, you misunderstood that the thing that you were seeing, you misunderstood that as something bad, when in fact it's neither bad nor good. It just is something. Okay. So what they were explaining to me was this. They said, everything that is happening for a purpose. Remember, they said we were in a process. This is not going to be a clean end beginning. This is a process. And so they said that everything that happens because that is what has to happen for the next piece to happen. Okay, they give me the idea of a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle. You start at the bottom and you're adding pieces. You can't just put a piece in the middle because there's no reference, there's nothing to add it to. So you have to add one piece on top of another until you get the whole picture. And sometimes the pieces at the bottom don't make any sense at all. Sometimes they look dark. Sometimes there's no shape to them. They just look wrong until you get the whole picture, and then you see it all. And so what they were saying was, never ever think that something has happened. Never deny what's happening, or never wish that it wasn't going to happen. I wish that didn't happen. They said, because that has to happen for the next piece to get into place. What they said was this: the baddies are losing. The darkness is going away. It's being replaced by the light. Okay? And I'll bring in the aliens now. So I was listening to a really interesting guy, I think, who used to do Atronus or something. He used to channel. Anyway, he channels a spirit now. And he was saying that all the aliens are pissing off. Yeah, all the bad ones. They're going, whoosh, they're just pissing off, leaving us alone. Why? Because there's a change in the energy, blah, 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 and lots of details, yeah? So I asked the emissaries about that, and I said, these aliens, really are they leaving and things like that? And they said, Gordon, you know that we do not get into details. That's not our remit, that's not our job. We are very much about energies, overviewing the energies. That's their role. Okay, they talk about the Great Awakening and how it's happening. And they said, however, just so you understand, the light is coming in and the darkness is going away. And so within that, many things are happening, many details are happening, many changes are happening, as is right for that process, which is the leaving of the dark and the arrival of the light. And so the fact that aliens are leaving the earth and going off, well, because it doesn't resonate with them anymore. There's no point in them being here. That energy's not there for them to feed on. Okay, so that's kind of what the emissary said to me. That's their take on it, that lots of stuff's happening, lots of stuff. They also flagged up the confusion element of the baddies, and they said that, remember that the baddies are trying to confuse us. They want to keep us in confusion. And this is something that you'll notice that all of the time we're seeing. The European Union vetoes the Green Pass. No, it's not going to happen. Suddenly the European Union is voting for the Green Pass. Then the mandating vaccines, definitely not going to happen in Europe. Next thing, somebody standing up going, we have to mandate these vaccines. All of that is designed for us and designed for the other people as well. This push-pull. Remember, they talked about the push-pull, the emissaries, which is, oh my God, and you don't know where you are. If you can keep people in confusion, and this is what we do in hypnosis, is to, at the beginning, is to make people confused about what you want them to do and why. Yeah. That puts people into hypnosis. So all of that's on purpose. So when you're seeing this changing tide, don't take any notice of it. Rise above it. Understand that that's all part of the puzzle, the pieces that are being put into place to then bring out the beautiful picture in the end. Okay? And finally I said to them, should we be worried about anything? And they said no. No, you should not be worried about anything. They said worrying is the least useful thing that you can do. They said worrying is like a train, the old-fashioned steam trains. Obviously, they're a bit old-fashioned. They showed me an old-fashioned steam train standing in the yard. And they said, imagine stoking up the boiler to maximum and the train's going nowhere. That's what worrying is like. It said all it's going to do is burn out the joints, burn out the connections, because it's setting yourself up without anywhere to go. It's raising the temperature without any way to let that go. And so they're saying worry doesn't do anything. There are lots of things you can concern yourself with. Lots of things you can concern yourself with your own abilities, with your own development, with your own skill base that you can build. But in terms of worrying, nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. Truly, there's nothing to worry about. If you live in the present, there's nothing to worry about. The only time you worry is if you live in the future. And what's the point? The present is super interesting at the moment. Just live here. Be in the moment. Be still. Understand that as you're listening to me now, you are breathing. You've eaten. You're okay. You're probably warm. You're probably comfortable. Everything's all right. What tomorrow brings is tomorrow's business. But the moment is ours. This is what we own. We own the moment. And so I leave you by telling you what the emissary said, the last bit. They said to me, everything is planned, everything. This is a process, and one piece must be placed on top of another to arrive. And so really, above all, it's an attitude of acceptance that we need. Just accept what's happening is happening. Celebrate the achievements. Celebrate the good things when you see them, and ignore the bad things, because the bad things are there so that the good things come. We don't have to worry about them. We don't have to stress about them. We don't have to talk about them. We don't have to chew them over in our minds. What we have to do is look for the good and focus on that. Because when we focus on the good, when we focus on what we want, when we focus on the good stuff, when we celebrate every victory that we see, we are creating the next piece. We are putting the next piece on the top quicker. And we're bringing about what we want even faster. Okay? So there you are. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you for sharing this time with me, and I'll see you on Monday. I love you all. Bye.